Hello everybody. So today we have something very special arrive at the office, and I think something that you will want to take a look at. This is the recently released Legend of Zelda Encyclopedia. This book actually came out last year in Japan, but after a lot of hard work from the guys at Dark Horse, it is finally here. So let me just get this thing out of its shrink wrap. So this book, just like the two before it, Hyrule Historia and Arts and Artifacts, is very thick, very heavy. It has over 300 pages of Zelda information, 320 to be exact, spanning all the way from the first Zelda game to Twilight Princess HD. Yeah, I know some of you Zelda fans might already be upset that Breath of the Wild is neglected in the book, but you know, we can give Nintendo a little more time to figure out where their latest game sits in the overarching story. In fact, I think they have a separate book just for Breath of the Wild coming out sometime later this year. So immediately off the cover, a stunning map of Hyrule, and we continue forward, the content page. And oh, this is a very cool page. It shows you the cover art of all the games that will be covered in this book. So from the first one all the way to Twilight Princess HD. Now this book is actually well sectioned into 3 parts. The historical records right here, we actually get to see in-depth descriptions and artwork of Hyrule. For example, here are the artworks of Kakariko Village. You can see the Ocarina of Time version of Kakariko Village on the top and left hand side, while the Twilight Princess one is on the right. Here we have fishing. So fishing made an appearance in a couple of games. And look, here, even more interesting, there's the Master Sword here. So you get to see all sorts of Master Sword through the ages actually. So other things like accessories. And oh look, here's the rupees. You might think they look all alike in all of the games, but actually, you know, each one of them have their own art style. So moving on, your enemies. So right here is the second part of the whole book. It's the database section. This section contains everything, every item, every location, every enemy in a database form. It's not the most interesting section, I think, perhaps the driest part of the whole book. But if you spend some time in it, I'm sure you'll find some gold nuggets hidden in it somewhere. The final part is the archives. Now this one gets interesting as now the book delves behind the scenes of each game. There are developer notes, sketches, draft sketches like this one over here. So this one is a draft of the overworld, something you don't get to see every day. So, and they also have artwork of Link across the games, like here is Majora's Mask Link, and a brief description of the plot of the game. This is Twilight Princess Zelda games. This over here is Triforce Heroes. So one of the more interesting thing I think in this section is the promotional materials. So I don't think they have all the promotional materials of all the games here, but it is interesting to see how the promo of the games change across the ages and across games. And of course, last but not least, we end off with a lengthy word from series producer Eiji Aonuma. And some of the Q&A questions here are quite interesting, so stay on to read some of the articles in nintendosoup.com. We'll be covering a bit of those. And well, sign off, Eiji Aonuma. That's it for the Legend of Zelda Encyclopedia. It's a must-have book for any fans out there. It tells you so much about Hyrule, it tells you so much about the games. However, if you are a mega fan of Zelda, this is what you should have instead. This is what we're all here for, right? The deluxe edition of the Legend of Zelda Encyclopedia. So this thing here is so nostalgic that it even resembles the Legend of Zelda NES cartridge. This is the ultimate resource for any Zelda fan. Just like the previous deluxe edition, it is also lined with gold by the side. So that's it for today. Let us know if you want another video on the deluxe edition, or else it will remain wrapped, just like how a collector would like it to be. So, interested in the encyclopedias already? I'll put the link down below for both the standard and deluxe edition in the description. As always, thanks for watching.